Welcome back to my channel, Home Cooking by Lizzo C. Today's recipe, I'm gonna try this recipe out. I don't think I made this one. I came in my email, so it's called sour cream coffee cake. And I went ahead, of course, and sorted out all the ingredients needed. To start off, I needed to measure out 12 tablespoons of butter, unsalted butter. Or in bracket it says 1.5 sticks of butter. I like to still measure it out. I always buy the salted butter, so it's up to you. There's no difference. Well, I don't know if there's a difference because I've never bought unsalted. I always buy salted. Okay, so, and I measured out 1.5 cups of sugar over here, and 3 it says extra large eggs. I get my eggs, the box says large, so this is the large that I've never seen extra large. So anyway, I have 3 at room temperature, 1.5 teaspoons of pure vanilla, which is here, and 1 cup and a quarter cup of sour cream, which I measured out over here. 2 teaspoons of baking powder, which is here. And I measured out 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda and salt, which I put both is in this one. And then that's for the batter. Now I have to make a strudel, a crumble part. Okay, way in the back here, I measured out the ingredients for the strudel, and that is 1/4 cup of light brown sugar, which I just have brown sugar in my pantry. And then what else? 1/2 cup of all-purpose flour, 1 teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon of ground cinnamon, 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 3 tablespoons of butter, or unsalted butter, 3/4 of a cup of chopped walnuts, and that's optional. And let me go back to the batter. This flour is listed as a cake flour, not self-rising, and that's 2.5 cups of flour. Okay, and then this the third thing to mix for later, I guess, the glaze, which is the conventioner's sugar, or icing sugar, I'm used to calling it. That's 1/2 cup, 2 tablespoons of real maple syrup. Okay, so everything's sorted out, ready to be mixed together. Preheat oven to 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Grease and flour a 10-inch tube pan, which is a bundt pan. I don't know why they call it a tube pan. I've never heard of that. Anyway, so cream, butter, and sugar in the bowl of electric mixer. So I have to bring out my electric mixer, and then I'll go step by step once I bring out my mixer and start the first step, and then you have to add the eggs and so on. Okay, so let's get started. Here we are. I have my electric mixer out now, and we're going to start off with creaming the butter and sugar. Okay. So saying to do this for 4 to 5 minutes, which I will speed it up on camera. Next step is to add the eggs, 1 at a time. the vanilla and sour cream. It's always good to stop it and then scrape the sides of the bowl to make sure everything's mixed up thoroughly. In a separate bowl, I will mix the flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt together. So with the mixture on low, I'm going to add the flour mixture to the batter until it's combined. This is a smaller mixture, I have to open it up and then pour it in. The bigger ones are wider, so it would have been easier to pour in. So I'm just mixing this with this scraper that I have, and make sure it's mixed thoroughly. It looks good now. All right. Okay, the next step is I'm going to be doing this strudel. So I have in the bowl, I've placed the brown sugar, flour, cinnamon, salt, and butter into this bowl. I will be using my fingers to pinch together and crumble the dry mixture here, and then I'll mix in the walnuts as well. Okay, so I'm gonna just use my one hand to do this, so if I need to grab something with my other hand, it'll be clean. Well, it won't be dirty per se, but this mixture is gonna be yummy, not dirty. So I'm gonna carry on like this. Once it becomes crumbly, then I will add in the walnuts. I'll reach for the walnuts with my other hand. So that's 3/4 of a cup. Oh, there's a big piece. I thought it says chopped walnuts, so it doesn't have to be too fine. I just, because it was still in the pack, the walnuts, and I think they were whole, so I just left it in the pack and used a chef's knife and used the back of it and just kind of went at it and it chopped up in the bag, like using it more like a hammer, right? Because I'm using the other side, the dull side, and just kept banging the pack and it broke up nicely. Okay, so this is a good crumble now. Now what's next? Okay, so spoon half of the batter into the pan and spread it out with a knife, sprinkle with the strudel, and then spoon the rest of the batter on top, and then spread it out again, scatter remaining strudel on top. So I don't think I should be using all of this crumble for the middle part. So I'll watch out on that. So I went ahead and greased and floured the bundt pan. It said grease, so it didn't say oil or butter, so I just went ahead and used butter. I'm not sure if there's a difference there, oil or butter. So, all right, so make sure. So I don't know if you can get this in the camera. So that's how much I'm gonna put in, and then I'm gonna put in some of the strudel. Okay. So that's how much is left from the strudel. And I've covered up the batter like that with the strudel. And now the other part of the batter will go in. And then I'll sprinkle the rest of the crumble on top. Sort of shake it out a bit. That looks better. It was kind of clumping in the middle and all. So this looks good. Yeah, so I'm going to be baking it for 50 to 60 minutes, 350 Fahrenheit, and then let cool on a rack for 30 minutes. So I tested it out. The knife came out nice and clean. I'll show you. All right, and now I will let it cool down for 30 minutes. I have to carefully transfer the cake strudel side up on a serving plate. I'm going to whisk the convention sugar, icing sugar, and maple syrup, and then adding a few drops of water if necessary. And to make the glaze runny. Drizzle as much as you would like over the cake with a fork or a spoon. Okay. So I'll probably take a dinner plate, put it over, flip it over, and then another dinner plate and flip it back up for the strudel to be on top. That's how I would do it. I hope it doesn't ruin the strudel, but there we go. So I will wait for 30 minutes. So it's been 30 minutes. I've been letting the cake cool off. Sour cream coffee cake. I'm gonna, before I loosen the cake up, still feels quite warm, but before I loosen the cake up, I'm gonna go ahead and mix the maple syrup and the conventioner's sugar or icing sugar together to make the glaze. Just whisk. Give it a good whisk. Now I will use the same knife that we're testing the cake. I'm going to just slide it between the pan and the cake to loosen up the sides first. And put it in and sort of like move it forward a bit. Okay, and I'm going to slip it in here as well, in the middle. Okay, that should be good. All right, so this is the tricky part. Especially when I know I'm on camera. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, wow. Okay, that came out nicely. And then I'm going to take the other plate and flip it back. Voila. Unfortunately, that will happen. Okay, so that's good. And I'm gonna, instead of fork, I'm gonna just use this whisk and drizzle like so. Doesn't have to be perfect. So here's the sour cream coffee cake. Time to cut a piece to see how it looks inside. Do a big piece. That's better. That stays up. Here we have it. Here's the sour cream coffee cake, ready for a cup of tea or coffee. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Please give me a thumbs up, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, thanks for watching. Bye for now.